Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to today's market color recap session. It's good to have you all here. So this session is going to be quite short. We did a detailed breakdown this morning of points of interest we're looking out for. If you happen to miss that, go to our YouTube channel and watch the previous video. For now, we just want to see if price has traded into these points of interest and if we've been able to make any money. Now, we started today's market color outlook looking at commodity currencies, so AUD, USD, NZ, USD, and USD card, before we moved into indices. So now we're just going to quickly look at commodity currencies before we now do a recap on indices as well. So I'll start off with NZ USD. For those of us who are totally new to these sessions and you're quite confused with the number of lines you're seeing on the charts, this is an indicator-based strategy. One of the strategies we teach at the VFT Academy, and students of the FX Bootcamp, one of our courses here, happen to have these indicators. But if you don't have them, it's fine. What you want to do is take note of the price point I'll be calling out and then do that on your naked chart. So NZD-USD on the H4 time frame, sunshine was printed. We're expecting rather price to buy into these points of interest. We're currently expecting a temporal buy to sell in future. And you'd see that we drew certain points of interest on lower time frame, which I'm going to touch on shortly, but to show you the points of interest on the 1 hour time frame. The first one being 0.57082 and 0.57592. These are the two levels we're primarily looking at, saying price, all things being equal, should buy back into the zones before we now start to look for sell opportunities, following what price has been doing since sometime around June, I believe, yes. So right now, we're expecting temporal buys of NZUSD. And I said something this morning, the POIs we marked out were levels wanted to see what price would do at those zones, saying if price is going to be able to take out this level, then there's a high possibility NZUSD is going to buy back into 0.57082. However, if price does not break above and starts to react from these different zones or even break below, then it's safe to say the sell continuation is in progress. But now we've seen a break above, looking like a retest. We may see more pullbacks of NZUSD, maybe somewhere in here, to come and retest this previous resistance that would act as support, which happens to be in confluence with our trend indicator. If price retraces in here, I'm expecting price to now, continue to buy back into the zone. Of course, you want to pay attention to fundamentals because it is one thing to look at the chart. It's another thing to keep in mind that just one news release can turn everything upside down. Then that is it for NZUSD. That's what we looked out for. So right now, price is currently reacting off this zone. It's coming back to give a retest. If price comes back to retest this level, we can look for confirmations on the M1 time frame to take that temporal buy. Bear in mind that this buy is a buy to sell. So normally we should be waiting for price to return in here so we can continue to sell. But you can take a quick buy opportunity provided it meets all the criteria and we're not forcing ourselves into the market. AUD-USD rather on the H4 time frame. You see, it looks quite choppy. However, when you zoom in, you see the sunshine that was printed. How indicators move is once one sunshine is printed, it buys till another is eventually printed. Now we have this sunshine here. We don't have any sunshine on the top side. So this sell is looking like a retracement for price to now give us even more buys upwards. The new sunshine is printed on the H4. What is the sunshine indicator? It just signifies profit taking, meaning people who are riding a particular move are taking money out of the market, the big boys. So you'd ideally expect a retracement at that zone. So now that we're expecting temporal sales of AUD-USD, let's go to M5. On M5 now, remember I said I'm thinking AUD-USD is going to sell into this 5-minute trend indicator, which happens to also be in confluence with day before yesterday's high. So if price sells back in here, confirmations met, we can attempt a quick buy of AUD-USD from here into 0.65619. However, going back to M5, if price breaks below and keeps breaking, it's safe to say AUD-USD sell has resumed. Then thirdly, USD card, before we touch on indices. If you have any questions, please type them as I speak so that once I'm done, we can move into indices. Now, USD CAD H4, Sunshine Printed, this is a temporal buy that we're currently looking at for. Why do I say so? Look at this. You'd see that even though the major structure is still predominantly to the upside, we had a change of character somewhere around here. So is it possible we see a temporal buy into this zone and a confirmatory break of structure of this particular level? We'll see. We're going back to H4 so we have a better picture. Sunshine Printed, the retracement occurred and it's starting to sell. However, I think there's liquidity to the top side that price could buy back to come and clear before it continues to sell. And if it doesn't do that now, it may continue selling and eventually come back to these liquidity levels and tap that. So H1 now, this is the core POI that we marked out, 1.40781, and we're still watching out for this zone. This is the higher time frame, so it'll take a while before price gets there. On the M5 time frame, you'd see that these indicators are to the downside. Our trend indicator is it's sloping to the downside heavily, and price is breaking below. So if price takes out the structure point, then we may see USD CAD sells into what level, you might ask? Sells into what could now be another point of interest, which is 1.39804. So that is it. Not much has changed. Just pay attention to Forex Factory to see the high impact news releases we have coming out today. And then, right, okay, peeps don't lie. It's possible. Once this zone, for me, once this zone gets broken, once this level gets taken out, then I'll be looking for sell opportunities. Why? Because I think there might be a buy and I would want my stop loss to be tight as possible. So this may attract price to give a deeper retracement, but it's also possible that price just comes to break through and continue to sell. So I see that as well. Okay, without taking too much more time, this is supposed to be a recap, not a fresh analysis. Let's go on a short break to reconvene for indices recap. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, if not, we'll go on a short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly. Cheers and God bless.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second part of the market color. This afternoon, we'll be looking at the US equity market, US 30, NAS 100, and also S&P 500. Earlier this morning, we looked at some potential trade call, which could happen today. However, so far so good. The market has been a bit quiet, and not so much has been done. Right, you can see the candlestick. This is a daily chart on US 30, and look at what we have today already. Just a range, right? The market has been ranging up and down. Not so much has been done. And so for that, I'll be looking forward to probably 3 p.m. If we would see another volume in the market. But so far, so good. Nothing really significant has happened today, right? Just having bit of range, probably, let me see, about 80 pips movement, right? Which is abnormal. It's not usual. You can easily get 300, 400 pips on US 30, but today it's been kind of sluggish. All right, so that is pretty much what we have. Not to just repeat myself, you can watch the replay of the analysis we did this morning on YouTube. Go to the live session, and that was held. You would see it there. You can watch it. And then for US 100, that's the NASDAQ, pretty much the same thing, right? We're waiting for a sweep of this liquidity, after which we'll now start watching out for price selling off into our zone, right? This zone for us to take buy opportunity in the market, right? But then until we see that happen, we are not taking any trade, right? Want to see like a sweep here, and then price retracing into this level, this other block, and then from there we scout out for buy opportunity, go to lower time frame. You can do 10 minutes, you can do even 5 minutes. I mean, if you're pretty good with it, look out for box pattern on 1 minute. That will give you a very refined entry, giving you a huge risk to reward, 1:10, 15, 20-ish, right? But then we have to see price come into this zone first before we start taking out our buy position, right? Stacking in a position. On S&P 500, what we have is quite different. For S&P 500, price has already taken out that high here, right? So, but what we want to see is a retracement into other levels, right? Want to see a bit of retracement into this level we have here for us to take trade in the market. This entire level, quite significant. We need to do a more refinement, right? But this place is very significant. All right, so I want to see price come into this, and then from there, I can start looking for opportunity in the market for buy, right? We've already seen the sweep of liquidity. We've already seen the break, right? There's a sweep of liquidity here, and then there's a break of structure, right? Over here, there's been a shift here on the 1 hour time frame already. There's a shift here already, and then this is like a proper break of structure. Want to see price come back into this zone from where we'll now starting out for opportunity in the market. This is like the highlight of what we had this morning. This afternoon, nothing much has happened, like I mentioned at the beginning. So my hand is just waiting patiently for price action to, deliver what we want to see. If we don't see anything, we don't do anything, right? If it's not obvious, it is dubious. All right, that's pretty much what we have. How many people do I have on the call? Clinton, Ezekiel, Lewis, Noah, Pips Don't Lie. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you have any question regarding this analysis, and just let me know if it's something we can discuss. Yeah, if you have any question. Odogo Indices, you're the boss of lower time frame entries because you don't only trade indices, you trade everything tradable. I mean, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. I really appreciate Noah, Lewis, Ezekiel, Clinton. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow will be for those that want to trade the dollar related pair, GU, EU, and all the UUU index will be tomorrow, of course, with JPY assets and also gold. All right. Thank you so much. BFTT. Thank you. See you tomorrow, guys. Cheers and God bless, guys.